Hey everybody, I'm Endarda. I am a professional psychic and a green witch in Western New York. Just a couple of little announcements here. Tomorrow evening from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time is my online Love Magic workshop. That is $20 a person. And then on February 26th, from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time is my online DreamWorks workshop. So that's also $20 a person. And so that's going to be looking at how to work with your dreams, how to do lucid dreaming, things like that. Now, I also want to remind everybody that my Patreon levels 1 and 2 are new. And so if you're wanting to start getting some spiritual advice on a daily and monthly basis, my level 1 is just $2 a month, and it's to get the daily draws that I post every day. And then the level 2 is my daily draws plus my monthly newsletters that I do a lot of astrological working. I look at land energies. I do book and deck reviews and things like that. So this video, I entitle it Love Potion Number 9. If you are of the older generations, you may remember that song. But as it is almost Valentine's Day and I have my online Love Magic class tomorrow night, this is all the stuff that I'm not even going to cover tomorrow night because we're just going to bypass all of this information here. This is mostly for newbies. This is for people that are relatively new to the idea of magic and spells and things like that, that ultimately you have your own choices, your own free will. That is part of the beauty of witchcraft and paganism. However, it's not a matter of whether you can, but whether you should. And specifically, should you cast love spells on specific people? Somebody that you are in love with, somebody that you think would be wonderful for you. A few years ago when I was working at a metaphysical shop full-time, about once a month, I would have a customer come in asking me how to break a love spell because they had to move. They had to get a restraining order. They had to hide from the person that they cast a love spell upon. So this is why we do not cast love spells on specific people, because, you know, this is ultimately trying to manipulate another person's emotions and thoughts and feelings. So any spell cast to control other people or person's emotions in our mind is manipulation. And this will inevitably be detrimental to the spellcaster. Okay. This is not, you know, any judgment calls of, well, you just shouldn't love that person or something like that. But whenever you're trying to control or manipulate another person, and this is not just for love, but this is the number one issue that I have found year after year after year is the love spells. But there are also people that cast spells to try to control people to buy their stuff or to, you know, whatever it is that's specifically to manipulate that person. And so the attention you may get after you first cast the spell, okay, is actually not real. And they do not actually love you. This is all based on your spell work. And you may not actually know them that well, or their romantic background, or you may underestimate them. You may not know. You may be attracted to them. That's it. All what this is based on is attraction. And maybe there's a few little things that you have in common or something like that. And so therefore, a lot of people base their decision-making on casting love spells on a specific person based on superficial things, okay? They may not actually be a good person or a positive partner or a healthy addition in your life. Hence, going back to needing to get a restraining order or you need to hide or something like that. So, you know, instead, what I'm going to be talking about in my class tomorrow night are different things that you can, different spells that you can cast upon yourself, and or just putting out the energy to the universe to draw the right person to you. So that's a completely different thing there, right? Where you're not trying to manipulate a specific person. You are just putting that out there to put a beacon onto yourself, so that way that right person is going to be drawn to you. Okay, it's not you are going to love me now or else. So this is what, is really important at this time of year, but it's especially for people that are new to the craft. Okay, that a lot of people that are very excited, which I think you should be excited about, doing any type of spells and learning about herbs and crystals and things like that. It's not, a matter of can you, but should you? And that's ultimately where the personal responsibility really comes into play with witchcraft, is what you should and should not do. And that gets into the whole idea of karma. Maybe your karma is, when you're trying to control other people, that's where your karma may get a little complicated, and you may end up having to, hide for your life or something like that. And unfortunately, this was a very regular occurrence. And so I know that it always seems like a really good idea in the middle of the night, especially when people are more emotional and sad and lonely and things like that. But, just try it. Just try an alternative way of viewing love. And if you want to get some help on how to do those types of spells, then just sign up for my Love Magic class for tomorrow evening. Okay. And regardless, I hope that if you celebrate, Valentine's Day, I hope that you have a lovely holiday. And also next Tuesday is the solar eclipse new moon. So that's opening a portal there. And we're also going to be going to Mercury retrograde. So there should be a lot of intense energies coming up here. Okay. So make good choices, and I will see you all soon. All right. Bye-bye.